Hello everyone. Today I've been to a rally. It's the first rally of the season, first rally for 3 years in actual fact. This one is Tredinnick Rally. It's celebrating their 60th year, mostly for steam engines, but they had over 100 tractors there as well, so you know it appealed to me as well as that. So I'm going to show you some film. I've taken quite a few bits of film today, but I want to show you a bit about some Oliver tractors which were there, and a lot of coincidences really, because if you've been following my series of blogs, the 6th one I did was about my friend Ken Baisley's collection of Oliver tractors which he got in Canada, and Ken sent me some film back then about it, told us about his collection, and then quite recently he came back to me again and he said, I'm going to have a sale, I'm going to sell them all. So, oh, what's on then, Ken? So he said, well, collected a few more, and he said, I decided to sell them, have a clear out and start again, really. So Ken's not finished, but he's going to do a bit more. Anyway, one of the tractors he got there was an Oliver 90, and that Oliver 90, Ken was the first tractor Ken drove when he lived at Retallick, which couldn't be more than 2 miles, I guess, from where the rally was held today. So, a bit convoluted, this story, but anyway, when I was at the rally, there's a little collection of Oliver tractors, and amongst those Oliver tractors were 4 Oliver 90s, and they were all local tractors, and all these people, well, the people that owned them, which is really 2 different lots of people, they would have known Ken, and really we're all within the same age group, I guess. One is a bit older, one's a bit younger, but we're all in the same age group. So they know Ken. Ken went to Canada quite a few years ago now, over 20 years ago, I guess, and so we talked about Ken's tractor. I got to the rally, I went yesterday and saw him again today, so I filmed a bit of it, started to tell the story about it and found it a bit more from somebody else, and then I caught the 2 people whose tractors they were, stood together, and I managed to talk to them, and they didn't really know I was filming until it was too late, but it was good. So it's not the best filming in the world, but I hope you enjoy it. If you're not from Cornwall, you may need an interpreter for some of it, but I know what they're saying, and it's good stuff. So I'll try and put it together. I will interrupt maybe, and then when we've finished with the Tredinnick Oliver 90s, we'll go over and see Ken in Canada, and he'll tell us about the tractors he's selling. I always increase the collection and what he's selling. Could do with a bit more information on Ken's really, but it's difficult. You know, you tell somebody what you want to hear, and when you're sat here talking to a camera, it's not so good. So I hope you enjoy it. I'll probably get 3 films out of this session at the rally, so if you'll hear me say welcome to Tredinnick Rally 3 times, that's why. Anyway, see if I can make it interesting. So here we go. This is the Oliver tractors to start with. Right, these are all Oliver tractors, and most of them are quite local. Those 2 have definitely been in the local area for a lot of years, probably since new. That one I've known for 50 years, used to belong to Mark Sims and St Colin. And then we go around, and I know one of those belongs to Ivan Powell. That's another local one. Here's a good vintage man. He'll have a story to tell us. Gary, you're the man with the knowledge on these Oliver tractors.
Yeah, I see you.
Which ones? The ones Ivan's just bought?
Ivan just bought that one back.
Yeah. Where's
Yeah.
that one come from?
From Alan Hoskin down Tipperary.
All right.
And he rang them and asked them if they'd like to buy it back. They sold it in 1960 and they just bought it back this year, 60 years later.
Brilliant. Mustn't rush about with these things, must you?
What's the what?
Mustn't rush about with these things.
Why? What's wrong with it?
Nothing. Don't make a rash decision like buying it back quick.
Yeah, nothing but a gas accident.
Well, he rang up Ivan and he said he couldn't run to it, but Mark said he could, so Mark bought it back.
Excellent. So, which is this other one then? Is that here or not?
This is the other one here. And the other one up the top is one they bought new in 1945.
Right. So this was, what, Charlie's father, was it?
No, Charlie's.
Charlie.
Charlie was the boss.
Yeah.
Charlie's father used to work for him.
Did he?
Yeah. Yeah, Charlie was the boss. Charlie took it on from his grandfather, who was called Parsons. Jim Parsons, he was called.
So of that Oliver there, they always had that one there?
The top one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's never gone away from Charlie Coles?
Never been out. Never out. It's all near that. Read the...
They're close numbers too, isn't it? HAA.
There that.
Let's get this here. Bought new in 45, bridged in 46, Charlie Cole, Weybridge, with Watkins and Roosevelt at Liscard. Delivered by Rowder, Padstow Station. Cross, they delivered it. Drove a thrash and set in Padstow and Weybridge area. First with a Marshall and Denham baler, then 1950 changed to Ransom and Jones baler. Brilliant.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
I tell you what, he said.
This is
Bundle of
Gary
knowledge.
Hoare, our local
He's a bundle of
vintage
knowledge.
tractor expert.
I tell you nothing.
Gone mute now, he knows it's being filmed.
I tried to
He's a fuck off for that thing, really.
So after getting all the information off of Gary, I went off and saw some more tractors, and when I came back, Ivan Powell and John Boylan, who owned the tractors, were both there talking to each other. So I managed to talk to them, and they didn't really realise I was filming. I don't know how they didn't, but anyway, I got them to answer a few questions, and it's quite interesting to see what it is, and we found a little bit of all the history. And I didn't really think to link them to Ken's collection at the time, but you can't think of everything. But they'll be quite interested to see this video when it does come out, and see what the connection is. So this is when I picked them up then, so you'll see the surprise on their face. Come on, Ivan, tell us all about this tractor.
What do you mean, tell you all about the tractor?
Well, the one you just bought.
Well, that's not the history of that one.
You didn't dive out the way either, because you've got the two biggest Oliver collectors in Cornwall there, got them trapped.
They bought that one down to her in auction off the War Rag
Yeah,
when they sold out, 1950.
yeah.
Father and Tim turned the needle right off so nobody could start them. Going down there, new mudguards, new bonnets, side curtains then. Burnt on the end. There wasn't nothing on an old hell he was. Yeah. And he sold them in 1960-ish. And we put them back like 60 years later.
Well, you mustn't rush about.
That's a bloody no. He's been about a bit. And he's back home.
Good, it's here, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you kept the other one all the way through. The other one you kept all the way
Yeah,
through.
they had news. He
Yeah.
never been nowhere.
One owner tractor, that is.
Yes.
So what about you, John? What's the story behind yours?
Wow, mine's the one with the canopy. That one was brand new to Parsons, St. Colin,
Well, that's that one there,
1939.
yeah.
And he was used by Parsonses during the war. And then went to Bill Weeks up Camworthy Water for thrashing and saw bench work.
Yeah.
He put him back in the shed for about 20 years, and Brian Johns, Red Truth, bought it. And he put it in the shed for 20 years, and then I bought it about 3 years ago. And
you brought it out of the shed?
And got her out again. But And the other Oliver, he was Parsons's as well. And he's been in St. Colin all its working life.
Excellent.
And like Mark Sims bought it for preservation in the end, but he still used it on the Raxall bench and doing different work.
I've seen it working.
And when he bought the Cornish Maid, he towed the Cornish Maid up through St. Colin with that Oliver 90.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And there's Rosemary and Stephen were only children. They were helping to steer the Cornish Maid. So that one's, they both been in the area, like Ivan's tractors. They haven't been very far, have they?
That's good though, because I mean there wasn't that many about until within
in the
6
period
miles of
there,
each other.
parishes. Yeah. Ivans went on holiday down to Berrien for a day or two, but
We've been Exeter as well.
What did it?
Yeah,
Yes,
too
oh,
many
hell.
places up there.
The one we want to get back is Sandry's Oliver now,
I know
isn't
that.
Do you know where it is?
it? Yes, but he's up
Them nice
bloody
steel leads together.
Somerset.
Oh,
So
we get that back.
Jethro ended up with it, and he sold it his sale, Jethro's sale, and he went up to Somerset. So he's up there, but whether we can ever get it back,
We'll come back one day.
we'd have all the 5 Oliver 90s in the area then. So
Oh, it's brilliant.
it's nice to think all 5 survived.
See, Ken Baisley's got his sale this week. He's selling all his.
Sorry?
Ken Baisley's selling all his Olivers this week.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
All right.
He's got, Christ, he must have 30.
All right.
I've got him on,
Have
it'll be
you?
on YouTube,
You
yeah.
ain't still filming that thing, are you?
Yeah.
Turn it off.
Well, this is real life. I've got to turn it off now because the battery's going.
Yeah.
Right, so we're off to Canada now to see Ken. It quite amuses me because Ken's clearly got a Canadian accent, but you don't have to pick up the St. Column accent in it. And those that aren't Cornish will probably notice it easier than those that are Cornish because it's definitely in there. Ken hasn't lost his Cornish accent. Take the boy out of Cornwall, but you can't take Cornwall out of the boy. Anyway, we'll have a look at Ken's tractors and see the similarities really, and it'll tie up the Oliver story. So we'll get to the end of it and I'll have another word with you there.
Hi everybody, it's Ken Baisley here again. Dave Taylor has asked me to put together a video of the sale I've got coming up here on June the 6th. I just thought I'd give you an overall picture of the tractors and then we will go through them. There's some other stuff on the way down here, some Model T Ford parts, snow blower, various tractor parts. Hi everybody, it's Ken Baisley here reporting for David Taylor. He's requested a little bit of a video of a few of the tractors here I got up for sale. I'll slowly take you up the row and hopefully you can see what's going on here. To start off with, I have a Co-op E3 which is fully reconditioned right through. I bought it in this condition right here locally. The guy had passed away after he'd done it, and yeah, it's in real nice shape, that one. It's the equivalent of a Cockshut 30. It's the same tractor, but Cockshut made them for Co-op. Next to that is a Cockshut 570 Super, actually. It's the last tractor that Cockshut made on its own from 1961, 1962. After that, Oliver made tractors for Cockshut. And this was the end of their reign, really. They were done after this. Next to that one, there's a real nice Super 99 6-cylinder diesel. It's around that 1957. Pretty good shape. I've only had that one about 2 or 3 weeks. But and next to that is a Massey 97, which I believe you have a few of them over there. It's based on a Minneapolis Moline 705. A big, long, cumbersome son of a gun. Next to that one, you've seen this one before, I think, back there. This is a little Oliver 440. Fairly rare, not too many of them around here in Canada. And next to that one is a Super 55. And next to that is the 550. Nice little tractor. And then here's Dave's Special, the Oliver 500, based on the old David Brown. I think that one's going to go to the UK if he'll come and pick it up, but we'll see. And next to that is an Oliver 77. Needs a paint, but apart from that, runs good. Next to that is the Oliver 99, 1953. You've seen that one as well before, but all these tractors run, every one of them. Next to that is an 88 standard. Next to that is a Super 88. And then comes my little pride and joy. There's an Oliver 60. Real nice shape. I don't think you've seen this one before. I only bought it about a year ago from Toronto. Dear little tractor, that one. And next to that is an Oliver 70. And next to that is an Oliver 80 Industrial. This one's new to the lineup. You hadn't seen this one. I've had it about a year. And next to that is the Oliver 80. You've seen that one before, I'm sure of it. And next to that, the Oliver 90. I only had to put new tires on it last week. The darn thing started to leak over the winter, and I've had to replace the tires on that one. Next to that, the Oliver 99. And of course, next to that, the Case 500. Case Diesel 500. Next to that, the baby little Case Ass. Very nice original little tractor. Then, Case D Industrial. Two DC4s here. They're both in rough shape. That one there will run. This one here is seized. Next to that is the Oliver 88 seized parts tractor. Next to that, the Oliver 70, Hart Power Oliver 70. And next to that, the little Claytrack AG6. I just had this one running. Here we have a few more items in the shop. A little David Bradley garden tractor with implements. And a few pallets of bits and pieces. A stationary engine there, a McCormick Deering stationary engine. And of course, this one here, I've only had a couple of weeks. It's a David Brown 1200. Got a few repairs to do to this one. The clutch is gone at the moment, and I got to try and fix that. So, and that is about the end of the story, you guys. I hope you enjoy it when you see it, and take care over there.
So there you go. That's the end of the Oliver story. I think there's probably more Olivers in that film than I've seen in my life. But obviously I've seen those now, but that's a lot of Oliver tractors. Many of them were brought over during the war to help the war ag effort, and as I think John said, or Ivan said, the tractor they had was bought off the war rag when they packed up in 1950. A lot of these tractors were sold. But when they came over, they would have been a lot more expensive than anything available in this country, probably 2 or 3 times as much. But in the effort to win the war, they came over and they were used. So, you know, they're no doubt about it, they're a nice, powerful tractor, and they were used a lot to replace traction engines or to drive thrashing machines. So, you know, that's the story really. A lot of them had winches on, a lot of them worked in forestry, but good tools. And, you know, isn't it great to see so many in the same area still in existence? The missing link, the one that they mentioned, was owned by Jethro. That's the Jethro, the comedian who unfortunately we lost last year. But Jethro did have that tractor up at his place at Lew Down, and then when he sold up, he had a sale, got rid of it, and of course it went out of the county. But hopefully he'll get it back one day. And there must be one from Baisleys somewhere, but perhaps somebody will tell me about that. But they definitely had one, and that was the one that Ken drove. And I don't know if it's one of those 5, may have been. But there you go, connect the story up. You can tell me. Okay, that's it for now. I've got more to make of the rally, and I've got a bit to tell you about a tractor I've bought. So I'll try and put that together. I've been very busy just lately. We've finally got the go-ahead on our rally, St Morgan Rally, which is in September. That's on the weekend of the 17th and 18th. So, and it'll be a good one. This Tredinnick rally was excellent. The weather was good. You can probably see some black clouds in the background. They missed us. There was a lot of heavy rain in the area, but we were fortunate, or we were the righteous ones, it didn't hit us. So great rally, well done to all those that were there, and I'll see you in the next blog. Cheers.